Magandang araw po sa ating lahat, mga ka-isip math. It's me again, Teacher Koy, at welcome po sa Isip Math Tutorial. At ang ating topic ngayon ay Rational Algebraic Expression. So this is for Grade 8 Mathematics, School Year 2021-2022, Quarter 1, Module 3. At ang ating topic ay Rational Algebraic Expression. Pag-usapan natin dito yung illustrating rational algebraic expression, simplifying rational algebraic expression, and adding and subtracting rational algebraic expression. For our learning competencies, we have here illustrates rational algebraic expression, simplifies rational algebraic expression, and performs operations on rational algebraic expression. Ating objectives, at the end of the lesson, you're expected to illustrate rational algebraic expression, simplify rational algebraic expression, and add and subtract rational algebraic expressions. For our lesson 1, what is rational algebraic expression? So a rational algebraic expression is a ratio of two polynomials provided that the denominator is not equal to 0. So our symbol is P over Q, where P and Q are polynomials, and our Q, which is our denominator, is not equal to 0. So dapat si Q is not equal to 0. So both P at saka si Q, polynomials po sila. Yung ating na-discuss sa week 1 at saka sa week 2. Diba? Polynomials. So we have here the example. Okay, so here are the examples of rational algebraic expressions. We have here 4 over 3. So this is a rational algebraic expression. We have also 7x over 5y. Okay, rational algebraic expression. We have here also x squared minus 1 over x cubed minus 3. And x squared plus 3xy plus 2x squared over x minus y. Okay, so these are the examples of irrational algebraic expressions. On the other hand, below are examples of non-rational algebraic expressions. For number 1, we have here 4 over square root of x. So the denominator is square root of x, is not a polynomial. So therefore, this is not a rational algebraic expression. And for number 2, 3x minus 5 over 0. So the denominator is 0. So a term or expression divided by 0 is undefined. So for lesson 2, simplifying rational algebraic expression. So simplification property of rational algebraic expression, we have here if A, B, and C are polynomials, then C times A over C times B is equal to A over B, where B is not equal to 0 and C is not equal to 0. Dapat hindi equal 0 si B dahil si B ay ating denominator, tapos si C is not equal to 0 because if C is equal to 0 times B, so therefore our B is 0. Okay? So when simplifying rational expressions, the following steps are to be followed. We have here step 1. For our step 1, factor the numerator. So saan po yung numerator? Diba yan yung po yung nasa taas, numerator. Then step 2, factor the denominator. Yung sa baba, sa ilalim. Then step 3, apply direct cancellation. And we have here, always find the greatest common factor or the GCF before factoring the polynomials. So lahat po ng ating pinag-usapan doon sa module 1 at saka module 2 or week 1 and week 2, magagamit po natin dito. Okay? Because our numerator and denominator is also a polynomial. Okay, so we have here the example. Simplify each rational expression. We have here 36a cubed x cubed y over 18a raised to the power 4 x y squared. So we have to factor the numerator. That's the first step. And then the second step is factor the denominator. Then third is apply the cancellation. So first, we have here our numerator, 36a cubed x cubed y. So 36 is ang factor nito ay pwede magiging 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 because 2 times 2 is 4 times 3 that is 12 and times 3 that is 36. Diba? Then, yung ating a cube is a times a times a. Diba? Then, yung x cube ay x times x times x. Then, y. Sa ating denominator, we have 18. 18 is pwede nating gawin ganito. 2 times 3 times 3 because 2 times 3 is 6 times 3 that is 18. Okay? Then a to the power 4 or raised to the power 4. A times a times a times a, apat na a. Then we have x. Isa lang yung x natin. And ating y is y squared, therefore y times y. Okay, so for step 3, apply the direct cancellation. So, hahanapin natin doon sa numerator kung ano ang common na meron din si denominator. So, we have here 2. Diba? Na-cancel pa natin. Tapos, 3. May dalawang 3. Okay. So, sa A, we have tatlong A sa numerator, apat na A sa denominator. So, therefore, yung tatlong A ma-cancel, may isang A na iwan sa denominator. And for the X, we have here tatlong X sa numerator at saka isang X sa denominator. Ma-cancel po yung isa. For the Y, isang Y sa numerator, dalawang Y sa denominator, ma-cancel po yung isang Y. So, ang naiwan sa ating numerator ay 2, diba? 2. Tapos may dalawang x, di ba? X times x. Sa ating numerator ay merong a at saka si y. So, a times y. Simplify. So, 2 times x, that is 2x squared. Di ba? Okay? Then, ating denominator ay a times y. That is a y. So, applying steps 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So, therefore, our answer is 2x squared over ay. Okay, for number 2, we have here 8x squared minus 12x over 12x. So, our numerator is a binomial and our denominator is a monomial. Okay, so first factor the numerator, then the second one is factor the denominator, then the third step is apply the reconciliation. So, for our numerator, we have here, okay, kukunin natin yung GCF. We have 8x squared minus 12x. So, the GCF is 4. Diba? 4. Because this is 4 times 2, that is 8. This one is 4 times 3, that is 12. Tapos yung x, diba? Both, yung first term ay may x squared. Tapos yung second term is isang x. So, common si x. So, labas natin si x at saka si 4 because they are the GCF. Greatest common factor. So, 4x times quantity 2x minus 3. Okay. So, sa baba, we have 12x. So, we can now apply the direct cancellation. So, 4, makancel si 4 because this is 12. Diba? 12 is 3 times 4. So, maiwan si 3. Tapos si x, makancel. Diba? So, 3 na lang yung naiwan sa denominator. So, our answer is 2x minus 3 over 3. We cannot cancel this one because this is negative 3. This is positive 3. Okay? So, applying steps 1, 2, and 3, ito po yung result natin. So, for the example number 3, we have here 2a squared plus a minus 3 over 2 minus a squared. Okay, so, trinomial yung nasa numerator, trinomial din yung nasa denominator. So, solutions for step 1 factor the numerator. The factor of our numerator is quantity 2a plus 3 times the quantity a minus 1. So, we will use yung nalalaman po natin sa week 1 tsaka sa week 2. Diba? Kung paano po mag-factor ng trinomial. It could be trinomial leading to coefficient 1 or ang ating numerical coefficient is more than 1. Diba? Or general trinomial. For step 2, factor the denominator. The factor is quantity 2 plus a times the quantity 1 minus a. Okay, so review your module 1 and module 2 kung paano po mag-factor ng trinomial. So, we have here note, quantity a minus 1 and 1 minus a are opposite. Diba? This one, opposite po sila. So, para maging pareho sila, ang gagawin natin ay ilabas natin si negative. Di ba? So, si 1 minus A magiging is equal to negative quantity A minus 1. Di ba? Yeah, 1 minus A, nalabas natin si negative. So, once ilabas natin si negative, if we multiply this negative dito, magiging negative A plus 1. So, that is 1 minus A. But if ilabas natin si negative, the result is negative times the quantity A minus 1. So, therefore, makapareho na sila. Okay? So, this one we have here. This is the original equation. Then, this is the factored form. Diba? And then, nilabas natin si negative dito. This one. So, nagiging negative quantity A minus 1 na. Diba? So, apply the direct cancellation. Ito, hindi natin to kasi wala po silang common. But this one is kapareho na, di ba? So, A minus 1 over negative times the quantity A minus 1, the result is negative 1. So, 1. Then, multiply to this. So, the result is negative 2A plus 3 over 2 plus A. So, ang na si negative, this one, negative 1. So, this is now our final answer. So, you have to review your module 1 and module 2. Okay. So, let's continue. For lesson number 3, we have adding and subtracting rational algebraic expression. So, if two rational expressions have the same denominators, then their sum is defined by A over B plus C over B. The result is A plus C over B. And their difference is defined also by A over B minus C over B is equal to A minus C over B. Ang ibig sabihin nito, yung denominator nila ay the same. Same denominator like this one sa ating example. Si A, ang kanyang denominator is B plus C. Tapos ang kanyang denominator is B. So all you have to do is just copy the denominator then add the numerator. Same also with this one. Difference or subtracting rational expression. Si A, ang kanyang denominator is B. Tapos si C, ang kanyang denominator is B also. Diba? A over B minus C over B. The result is just copy the denominator then subtract the numerator. Okay? So, we have here the steps in adding and subtracting similar rational algebraic expressions. Ibig sabihin nito, ang kanilang denominator ay magkapareho. First, add or subtract the numerators. Second, copy the similar or common denominator. Diba? Then, the third one is simplify if possible. Okay, so we have here the example. Find the sum. Sum, ibig sabihin, add. Okay, x squared minus 2x plus 1 all over x squared minus 4. Okay, plus 5x plus 1 all over x squared minus 4. As you can see it here, magkapareho po yung denominators po nila. Okay, so what you're going to do is just copy the denominator and then add. Since this is addition, so we will add the numerators. So for step 1, we have here x squared minus 2x plus 1, diba this one, plus 5x plus 1. Okay, na yung ating numerator, we will add that one. So combine like terms. So we have here x squared, walang kapares, diba? So x squared. So we have here negative 2x, and we have also plus 5x. So we can combine this one. The result is plus 3x. Diba? This is negative, this is positive. So therefore, the result is positive 3x. And then we have dalawang 1. So, both positive. So, ma-add natin sila. So, plus 2. So, our numerator now is x squared plus 3x plus 2. Okay, so for step 2, na-add na natin x squared plus 3x plus 2, our new numerator, then copy the denominator which is x squared minus 4. Okay, so now we can now factor the numerator. So the factor of x squared plus 3x plus 2, this is a general trinomial, and our numerical coefficient for our first term is 1. So the factor is quantity x plus 2 times the quantity x plus 1. Diba? And our denominator is a perfect square. Diba? This one, perfect, this is not a perfect square trinomial, this is a binomial. Diba? So, we will get, the, this is sum and difference of squares. Diba? So, the factor of this one is quantity x plus 2 times the quantity x minus 2. Then, simplify. So, makancel natin siya. Ito, quantity x plus 2 because meron ding quantity x plus 2 sa denominator. Cancel sila. Then, ang naiwan ay si quantity x plus 1 over quantity x plus 2, which is now our answer. Okay. So, I hope nag-gets po yung ibig natin sabihin. So, just review your module 1 and module 2 kung paano mag-factor ng polynomial. Then, for number 2, we have to find the difference. So, this time, subtracting rational algebraic expression. So, our first term is 2x minus 1 over 4x. Then, minus, our second term is 7 over 4x. Makapareho po sila ng denominator, 4x. So, what we're going to do is add the numerator. We have 2x minus 1 minus 7. So, ang magiging result nito ay 2x minus 8 because this is minus 1 tapos minus 7. They're both negatives, di ba? Negative 1 and negative 7. We can add them and copy the sign. So, negative 8. Okay? So, our new numerator is 2x minus 8 all over 4x, which is our denominator. Okay? So, for our numerator, i-factor po natin. Same also with the denominator. Since this is 2x minus 8, so, we'll find the GCF. Okay? Greatest common factor. So, labas natin si 2. Nagiging ganito. 2 times the quantity x minus 4. Bakit nagiging 4 to? Because 8 is, it could be 2 times 4. Diba? So, 4. 2 times 4. Si 2x is 2 times x. So, the common is 2. Labas natin si 2 times the quantity x minus 4. Okay? Sa baba naman is 2 times 2. Diba? Okay, 2 times 2. That is 4x. Okay, 2 times 2 is 2 times x is 4x. So, makancel si 2. Merong isang 2 na iwan dito sa baba. So, that is 2x. So, now, our answer is x minus 4 over 2x. Okay, so this is the adding and subtracting rational algebraic expression with similar denominator. Now, we'll go to adding and subtracting rational expression. This time, dissimilar ang kanilang denominator. So, ibig sabihin, hindi po makapareho yung denominator nila. So, for step 1, we have here, step 1, completely factor each numerator and denominator. Factor natin si numerator at saka si denominator. Step 2, find the least common denominator or the LCD for all the denominators by multiplying together the different prime factors with the greatest exponent for each factor. Then step 3, rewrite its fraction so it has the LCD as its denominator by multiplying its fraction by the value of 1 in an appropriate form. Then for step 4, combine numerators as indicated and keep the LCD as the denominator. And step 5, simplify the resulting rational expression if possible. So we have here the example. Okay, so we have here subtract x plus 3 all over x squared minus 5x minus 6 from 2x plus 1 all over x squared minus 7x plus 6. Ang kanilang denominators ay magkaiba. Okay, so first, find the factor of each denominator. Okay, so ang ating first denominator ay x squared minus 5x minus 6. Yung isa is x squared minus 7x plus 6. So, ang factor ni x squared minus 7 plus 6, minus 7x plus 6 is quantity x minus 6 times the quantity x minus 1. So, this is a general trinomial whose leading coefficient or numerical coefficient is 1. And also this one, x squared minus 5x minus 6. The factor is quantity x minus 6 times the quantity x plus 1. So, we have now the factors of our denominator. So, step 2, LCD, least common. Diba? So, we have here, makapareho yung x minus 6 po natin. Diba? Quantity x minus 6, but these two are different. So, let's copy this one. Quantity x minus 1 times quantity x plus 1. So, note, it is generally best to leave the LCD in factored form. So, dapat factored form po yung LCD natin. Okay? So, step 3. Okay, multiplying by 1. Okay? So, we have here 2x plus 1. Okay? 2x plus 1 is 1 over quantity x minus 6 times the quantity x minus 1. This is the factored form of our denominator. Times x plus 1 over x plus 1. Okay, para makuha natin si LCD. This one. So, multiply natin. Diba? So, minus x plus 3 over the factored form of our denominator, which is quantity x minus 6 times the quantity x plus 1 times x minus 1 over x minus 1 para magiging ganito yung denominator niya. Okay. So, the result is magiging ganito. We have 2x plus 1 times 1x plus 1. Okay. Minus this one x plus 3 times x minus 1 is 1. And our denominators is quantity x minus 6 times the quantity x minus 1 times the quantity x plus 1. Okay. So, we can now subtract the denominators. Okay. So, combine like terms. Diba? But this time, what we're going to do is we will use the FOIL method first because this is a binomial. This is also a binomial. So, we will distribute. So, if we use FOIL method here, the result is 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 is 1. And this one also, if we use FOIL method, x squared plus 2x minus 3 yung kanyang result. So, paano po gagamitin ang FOIL method? So, meron pa tayong video yan, separate video. So, just check on my channel kung paano po gagamitin sa FOIL method. Okay, so we can now subtract. Okay, so this one minus this one. And our denominator is our LCD. So, by removing the parentheses, magiging ganito. We have 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 because we have here parentheses. So, magiging minus x squared is 1. And this one is magiging negative 2x because negative times positive, that is negative 2x. Then negative times negative, that is positive 3. Okay, then our denominator is our LCD. The same. And now we can now combine like terms. So we have here 2x squared. Meron pa tayong negative x squared. So combine like terms. So therefore, this is 2x squared minus x squared. The result is positive x squared. We have here 3x minus 2x. The result is positive x. And we have plus 1 or positive 1 and positive 3. Combined, we have positive 4. And our denominator is our LCD, which is quantity x minus 6 times the quantity x minus 1 times the quantity x plus 1. So, I hope nag-gets niyo po yung ibig natin sabihin. So, this is how to add or subtract a rational algebra expression na ang kanilang denominator ay dissimilar or hindi po pareho. So, once again, this is Teacher Koy of Easy Pan Tutorial. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.